Hey, so I really wanted to speak while I'm here in Tucson, Arizona. So I'm here for a couple of days for some appointments, and I got here late last night. I'm leaving tomorrow morning, and I landed in Phoenix. And as I landed in Phoenix, and I was like, okay, I feel Arizona is going to be on my return trip. Like, I feel as if I'm going to return to Arizona, and I just need to figure out where that place is going to be. And I visited a site last night in West Phoenix, or in the West Valley, west of Phoenix, and didn't care for it. It reminded me too much of what I left. And it basically being too far out. Beautiful setting, absolutely stunning setting, but too far away from activity. And I'm a city girl. I was resisting being a city girl when I moved to Marana, Arizona, but I'm a city girl, so I need access to arts and restaurants and activities and just walkability, just getting out and walking and riding without concern that I'm in the middle of nowhere and all that good stuff. So so I got here last night, visited spot, liked it, didn't love it, and this morning when driving from Tempe to Tucson, I got teary-eyed. I thought I was completely homesick, but there was something that happened to me. Maybe I'm too close. Something that happened to me when I first came to this area. I'm in Dove Mountain, if you can see the scenery. This is where I lived for a couple years. I built a house here. I'm actually sort of visiting the build sites in the same neighborhood just to see how I feel about it. Because one thought was to buy another property here in the same area when I decided to come back, and also to get my own house back and probably rent that out to people. So those were my thoughts. But I'll tell you two things. When I was on the drive here to Tucson, misty morning, mountains covered in mist, absolutely stunning view, beautiful, 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 pretty much like that. See if you can. Misty mountains. There's been a haze all day. I teared up. I really teared up this morning on the drive here. And when I first came to Dove Mountain, I say this whenever I share the story, I felt like this was home. Like there was something that immediately came over me, and it was like, this is my place. This is my home, right? And I prefaced that with when I first came to Dove Mountain, because it was the same road. I was on the same road that I was on today, driving from Phoenix to Tucson, or to Marana. And it was not too far from the place where I teared up today when I first came. Actually, I was turning off of the highway onto Tangerine, which led to Dove Mountain that first time. And I was like, this is home. But this morning, I was like, well, what if this is actually my spiritual place? What if this is actually the place where my spirit knows I need to be for some reason, right? For whatever manifestation is yet to happen in my life, for whatever I haven't yet done, but whatever God has been preparing me for. What if this place is that place I need to be spiritually in order for those things to happen? And so, honestly, there's a deep knowing in me that I will return. I don't know when, don't know for how long, but I'm on a circular route of life right now, returning to a lot of places. But I wanted to share what came to me this morning when I was tearing up and listening to gospel music and speeding down Highway 10, I-10. What came to me was the thought that God would make a home for me in hostile places. And one of the things that I've been saying a lot of lately is that there are no safe places. There is nowhere in this world where I feel safe. And I don't know if any of you have taken, the idea of safety to that extent, but I've literally traveled to many places I've had many homes in this country. I've lived with many people as a boarder, as a renter, as a roommate, as a family member, whatever. And I will tell you, there is not one home that I've ever felt 100% safe in. Not my parents' home, not my grandparents' home, not my relatives' homes, not homes where I rented space. Even if I didn't fear violence against me personally, there was some level of discomfort that didn't allow me to completely relax. And even my own homes, where I've been by myself, they have managed to get violated by people inserting themselves into my space. And so I find when looking back on my life, there's a lot of me actually leaving places because I didn't feel safe, because of a violation of some sort, because I was looking for this mystical feeling of just solid footing. And this morning when it came to me that I will make my home in a hostile place, I just thought about the desert. I just thought about the desert. And the desert for many may be a hostile place, but it's so serene, so beautiful, so amazing. I'm getting too comfortable out here because, I'm in a wild animal land. I'm cougars and lions and horses and bulls, all that good stuff. Lizards, scorpions, all those, foxes, coyote. Well, I'm talking. I need to head back to my car. This is their habitat. But I wanted to record while I was still on Dove Mountain. But what hostile places have you tried to inhabit? What hostile places have you run away from, looking for safety and comfort and solid footing? And when you think back on those hostile places, how often do you think that, oh my goodness, I allowed someone to run me away from my blessing? I'm not quite at that point where I think they ran me off from my blessing, because I don't think that's possible. Because God has me so securely in hand, and I try to listen to the urgings of the Spirit as closely as I can. But part of me is like, well, maybe I shouldn't have sold. Maybe I should have stayed close. Maybe I shouldn't have hit the road, so eagerly. But then the other part of me realizes that without the trip I see animals. Oh, those are road runners. Let's see if you can see them. Maybe not. But anyway, how they're moving. But anyway, just saw stuff moving. I'm about to run. But so my thought process was basically, what if? But because I did get up and leave, there's things that have happened this year since March when I left Arizona that I would not have been aware of had I stayed in Arizona, that I may not have tried had I stayed in Arizona. And I think that in our life, we hold on to things that we think we want, things that we think we need, things that we are absolutely sure are things for all ways, that we miss out on the actual real blessing, right? So I could have held on to this house, and I knew at the time I could have held on to the house. I could have fought my neighbors. I could have been stressed out, full of anxiety and hatred and all these things to keep myself in a place that I thought was my blessing, and indeed it really was a blessing. But I could have missed out on other blessings and more blessings and bigger blessings and blessings that multiplied upon themselves had I stayed in that first blessing, right? So I'm by no means saying that the things that you consider to be blessings are not blessings. I'm just saying that they're just a first step or one step in the whole process of the blessings that God is pouring into your life, right? And I just want us, I want me to be aware of that in every instance. So for example, I took this road trip. I'm renovating a property in Milwaukee. I may not be in Milwaukee. I don't plan on being in Milwaukee for too long, but I may be in and out of Milwaukee for another few years. Who knows? I'm open to however this develops, right? But because I'm working on a property, I'm getting the ins and outs of working with the, with the city and working with contractors and getting really frustrated and broke in the process. But As I was driving through Arizona today and looking at developing properties, right? And knowing the vision that I have for myself and for my community, I realized I can build my own community here. Like, I can literally get the land that I want, just like these folks did. Subdivide it up, just like these folks did. And build the community that I want, that would make me feel comfortable in my own skin, in my own space. Right? With rules that don't alienate me or violate me. Right? With rules that don't limit my capability of making income off of my land or off of my property, like some HOAs do, and condo associations and all these other things. They don't want you renting out your space. They don't want you sharing your space. They don't want you doing things that can actually improve your income streams, right? And so all these ideas just started flowing through me this morning as I'm driving. And I'm like, oh my goodness, there God go. Blessing the girl with ideas again. And we're going to see what happens. So I wanted to share, so the difficult places may be difficult for a time, but they're not difficult for always. And I think that we have to embrace the pain. We have to embrace the suffering as much as we embrace the joy, and we embrace everything else that comes with the good things in life that we want, right? We have to embrace the bad as well. And that's not saying that we, party with the bad, but we understand what we've gone through. We've not run from it. We've processed it, and we keep on moving through it. And I'm just ready for the next chapter. So to God be the glory. Be blessed where you are. Be blessed where you go. And just keep moving forward. Like, as much as life can be difficult, the only thing that will stop you is you. Like, literally, that's it. Everybody else may be an obstacle. Everybody else may throw roadblocks in your way. But they can only stop you if you decide to stop moving. So be well. Bye.